Hello, Leo. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Star Tarot by Kathy McLeland. There's a website at the top here, kathymcleland.com. Feel free to freeze frame if you would like that, of course. Supportive Oracle cards. Wisdom of the Hidden Realms by Colette Baron Reed. There's some websites in the back here. Feel free to freeze frame if you want them. If I can hold this still, get a little closer. Feel free to freeze frame if you want to search those out. I think one of those isn't on the back of the book here, because there's her websites on the back of the book. And there's a picture of her. So feel free to freeze frame on that too if you want her website, or one of her websites. All right. What do we have for Leo? Leo. There's a lot of strength with this. I mean, you're this. Okay, well, that's a weird comment. Like, that's an obvious comment. It seems like there's a lot of strength with this. I keep getting it. Okay, let's just keep going. I don't. That's weird to say for Leo. Like, it's almost like an obvious. Like, well, yeah, it's Leo, but there's a reason it keeps coming forward. We'll find out why. Do we not want to do this again? There's a lot of strength here. Okay. These two energies are contradictory in my opinion. Do we move forward and walk away or walk away? Move forward or walk away, but there's a lot of strength here. I think this is where, like, the push, there's a lot of strength with this. There's the need to push forward, but the advice to not do this. Because I'm getting here the Eight of Swords is kind of like, whatever way you choose, it feels like there's fallout. But I'm wondering, is this going to be immediate fallout versus long-term fallout, or is it going to be try it anyway and then end up getting a fallout later? There's confusion with this. There is some confusion with this. What are you trapped in? Oh, I'm dropping me dice. Four of Wands and the 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune. It's something well, you got the Phoenix showing up. I think Sagittarius had the Phoenix too. There's a cycle here, but you're different than that one. This one, for you, you can edit this cycle. All right. This is why you got to hold back. I feel like this is hard. This is why there's a lot of strength here. This situation is not going in a good. It's not going in a good way. It's not happening in a good way. Something isn't right. It doesn't have to be pass or fail. Because I feel like the way I'm just looking at it quickly, it's either I'm a part of it and I'm going to do it and then we're going to go through the same cycle, or I'm not and I'm just going to walk away from it, and I don't know if I like that either. There's another option. This is where this is where they keep pulling that strength energy. Like, this takes a lot of things. There's a lot of strength here. You have what it takes to make this work correctly, but it's hard because you got to literally pull back. I almost feel like you got to hold back for like 2 weeks and try to think about it a little bit every day. What do you like and what do you not like? Which may seem monotonous, but every day if you just step back and you give yourself this goal, like, I'm not going to move forward for 2 weeks, and you think about it, what do I like, what do I not like? If you do this every day, that list should evolve. It's almost like every day, kind of like, what do I like? Let me see if I can find one thing that I didn't think of yesterday that I like, add to that list. Like, even I would probably write down the list if you can. Write down what you like, write down what you don't like. Look at it the next day. What is something here that I like that I didn't write down yesterday? Is there anything else I can think of? Just one thing is fine. Same thing with things I don't like. Is there anything here I don't like? Is there just one thing I can add to the list? It only has to be one thing. And if you do this after like 5 to 10 days, I feel like you'll start seeing what can be changed. Like, it'll just kind of snap in there like, I don't like that. I like that, but how do I keep this and get rid of that? Let me think. How do I do this? That could be the easiest way to solve this, but the strength is holding back. Leo is a doer. You guys get out there and you get it done. Stepping back and holding yourself back can be the hardest part. That's where the strength really, really needs to happen. But the thing is, Leo is very strong. If you've decided it will happen, well, then it will happen. This can go better. We gotta do something about this cycle. The cycle isn't working. You do have the ability to change this. Okay, taking your time, I get that. There's stress here. The thing is, Leo doesn't get pushed into stuff. Okay. I'm getting the fire coming at you here. You guys are fire, so fire works for you. But the thing is, while you don't get pushed into stuff, if a current is already there and you're compatible with it, you'll just go along with it, right? So if the current is already there, it's already going, and you're like, I want to go that way, you'll just get in it and you're go, and there you go. You don't get pushed into things. But if you've decided, wait a minute, that current doesn't work for me. I mean, it's alluring, it's seductive, but it doesn't work for me. That seems to be a challenge too, because if we just go into this haphazardly like we have before, we're going to have the same outcome we've already had. And it doesn't seem to work. There's a cycle here. Some type of cycle is going on here. Somebody just randomly gives you an opportunity, which is not a problem for you, but this opportunity is not going to work. The Ten of Wands, I feel like one of the reasons this person comes towards you, whoever this is, in whatever context it is, they're distracting themselves from a problem. They're trying to get out of a problem, and you seem to be a solution. But being somebody's temporary solution, even though it seems to be conducive with you in the moment, long term, that doesn't work for you. Being somebody's temporary solution does not seem to work for you long term. There's a lot of fire you're coming up against. A lot of fire, and then there's air. So like all of this seems to be compatible. I feel like that's the thing. It's not really working, but it all seems to be compatible, so it's hard to like step back from it. Because it seems like this is a normal flow for your life. This person wants what they want too. So they got the Ace of Swords with the King of Wands. They just want to make it happen, and they're gonna tell you what this is in a way that they think is gonna work for you, and it's just gonna be easier to go along with it. But then you're gonna go back into this cycle. They know how to talk to you. There's also this here too. It says something about discernment, clear vision, and details, scrutiny. Do they really like you? Like, why does this happen? Do they really like you? What's going on? Like, there's something here. There's like this catch-22 feeling. Okay, it's not about liking you. But what is it? It's a catch-22. There's details. That might be another reason to slow back and wait a minute. Because if you hold back and you don't react right away, this person's going to work harder to try to convince you to do what they want. And the harder they work to convince you, the more details you're going to find out. You're going to find out more about the situation because they're going to try to find different ways to convince you. And when they're doing that, they're going to keep spilling more and more beans. Those beans are very important to you. When you find out these other details, that could help you easily realign this whole thing. I almost feel like that's one of the reasons, like, if you tell yourself, I'm going to give myself 2 weeks, I'm not going to make a decision on this for 2 weeks. And every day you start doing that whole listing. One more thing I like, one more thing I don't like, blah, 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 blah. While you're doing that, this person might be telling you things that you didn't know before, and you're like, you know what? That changes a couple things. I thought I liked that, but knowing that, no, I don't like that as much. Now this over here, this makes more sense on why this has to be there. Still don't really like it, but knowing what I know now, it needs to stay. So I'm going to kind of put it over to the side. Like, I'm going to start a third column now. Things I like, things I don't like, things I need to stay in the situation, whether I like it or not. Because for me, it makes sense that needs to be there. Things are going to change, and I feel like information starts... When you hold back, more information comes to you. And that's where the flow really comes in the Two of Cups. This is where you want it to be. That's like, it seems like the biggest part of holding back is because information easily starts coming forward to you. You don't even have to look for it. It just starts showing up. The River Queen, I like it. I feel like the flow is kind of like, we're changing the river, or we're going somewhere else. It's almost like, when a river overflows and it's going down a mountain and then it starts making a new path. So the original river is still going there, but now there's a new path over this other way, and it might create a little pond over here or something. Like, there's a new path coming in. Like, and this might create a new path for you, even though it's a river, and you're like, it's a river does what a river does. Yes, but when it overflows sometimes and it breaks through a piece of land or something, holding it in, once it breaks through, maybe not the whole river goes that way, but some of it goes that way, and maybe it'll continue. This is a new way for you to go. This is a new avenue, a new opportunity. What's this? The Web Weaver and the Star card. All right, this actually, my first thought is the Star card will work in your favor. This can go better when the new information comes in. Not all the information you're going to like, but it's going to make sense it's going to help make sense of something here. I feel like there's things here where I've not liked certain things about this situation, and I'm like, I don't even know why we do that. Now you're going to know why we do that, whatever that is. The information came in, and like, okay, well, that makes sense. Don't like it, still don't like it, but I do. New category, things I feel like need to stay, whether I like it or not. Boom, you've decided, whatever. It goes a lot better. And I feel like this seems to also, like, when information starts coming through more, it's like you know who to go to. Something is different. Like, I feel like it's almost like a channel of information is opened up to you that really wasn't there before, and it stays open. And I feel like I definitely like that a lot better. I want to be in the know. I want to know what's going on. I want people to tell me the truth so I can do something with it. And I want to know what's coming my way so I can handle it the way I decide is correct. Information flows a lot easier by holding back. It's very interesting to me. It very much does. It puts you more in a position to have control and get things where you want them without as much confusion. I think we're about there. What else do I need to say about this? Do we even use it? Yeah, we used the dice a little bit. Yeah, instead of going into another cycle of this, hold back. Let things show you what's really happening, and it makes it a lot better for you. A lot better. And I don't think it's just the information. I think you're going to make certain decisions because of it, but that information coming in, it's like when it's one thing to be like, well, I have to do that. I don't know why we do that, but I guess I'll do that because everybody's doing it. We got to do it. It's part of the job. Maybe it's part of the job. When the information comes in to match it, where okay, no, actually, I believe that needs to be done. Your attitude towards it. Your attitude towards it evolves. And I just feel like I don't know. I feel like it doesn't bother you anymore. It's kind of like, no, that needs to be done. It's kind of like, when you gotta clean up after the dog. You're like, you gotta clean up after the dog, which means, you gotta schedule things a little correctly. You're realizing why you're scheduling things, why some people only feed their dog once a day, blah, 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 blah. You're like, okay, I see why. Okay, I get it. It's fine. When you have the reason behind it, you make more peace with it, and it doesn't bother you anymore. Like, it just seemed to be a little annoying, little, like, aggravating thing that would bother you over to the side, and now it just doesn't. It just doesn't after this, because it's like, no, I agree, it needs to be there, and I'm glad I at least know why. I think Leo really likes to know the truth and why things happen too. I don't think you want a day and a half explanation, but you want to know why things are happening, and I think that's where this puts you in an optimum place. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day.